Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am so thrilled to be filming right now because my Kaleidos Club Nebula palette finally arrived and I have just been dying to have this in my hands. I've been stalking the tracking every single day, multiple times a day, and I'm just so excited to finally get to try this palette. So this palette is a collaboration between Kaleidos Makeup and AMYLOVES, and I just want to give a quick disclaimer that Angie is a close friend to me. I mean, we've literally shared a hotel room before, so it's just a different level of friendship. Obviously, if something doesn't work for me or there's something that I don't like, I'll be honest about it, but I just want to be upfront so that you as a consumer can just have the full image of what this video is. I've said it before, but everybody has a bias. There is no such thing as being completely unbiased in my opinion, so I'd rather just throw my bias out there. So the packaging on this is really cool. I like the design on the outside. I think it looks very unique and different. It's like space meets club, and it is a little bit of that like thicker, chunkier packaging that they did with the Escape Pod, which isn't my absolute favorite. I mean, it's not like the biggest palette ever, but I just really like their compact palettes. But for this one, I love the color story so much that I don't mind it. I am so drawn to the top two rows. I just love blues and greens, and this middle row is just like a purple cool tone heaven. It looks so pretty. All of the shimmers look stunning. There's like a really beautiful kind of peach warm moment. So I feel like you've got a lot of different colors. You've got pops of cool, pops of warm, and then there's a pop of one neutral shade. So I think this is super pretty and inspiring. There's so many looks I want to do with this. I have an inspiration picture for today that I think I'm going to go with, but I'm going to try and have at least 3 or more looks up on my channel before this restocks, because this palette is limited edition and I believe that it's restocking for the last time on February 17th to the best of my knowledge. Okay, so jumping into some swatches. First we have the shade Firefly, which looks like a really beautiful soft green, and it looks like it has like a pink shift running through it. Super pretty. And then we have 7 of 9. Okay, very good pigmentation. It's like a bright matte kind of turquoise. And then we have Gravity, which, I mean, if you know Angie, you know this shade had to be in there. That like bright kind of chartreusey lime green. Ooh. Okay, super pretty. Okay, next we have Queen of Blades, which looks like a super deep matte green. We have Void, which is a deep matte blue. And then, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this one. You're My Only Hope looks like the prettiest soft purple lavender. Delicious. Okay, next we have the shade Naru, which is the like cool tone, soft kind of taupey gray shade. Looks really pretty. Super into that right now because I've been loving cool tones. And then we have Astro, which looks like such a beautiful blue purple shifting shade. I got so distracted by that. I'm like, I forgot we have one more. We have Rock Hopper, which is kind of like a muted, very cool toned purple gray, but it has enough purple that I wouldn't really consider it a neutral. Super pretty. Okay, so the last shade in that row is called Cylon, and it looks like such a beautiful deep plum. So pretty. We have Celestial, which this one is like a peachy, pinky shifting shade. Mostly you see pink, but it does have more of like a yellow base to it. And then we have Nova, which is an iridescent. I see a shift of pink, blue, and purple in that one. Looky. Super pretty. All right, my son's trying to get me demonetized because he has Elmo singing E-I-E-I-O in the background. But next we have this orange, which is called Samus, or I guess I should say peach. It's not quite an orange. It's like a soft peach. I actually think that would be really beautiful as a blush as well. And then we have Nebula, which this is such a beautiful like pinky peach shifting shade. And then we have Red Giant, which is a deep matte red. All right. So there is the entire palette swatched out. I think it is absolutely beautiful. All the mattes swatched really nice. They seem very, very pigmented. The shimmers look really beautiful. It looks like this one and this one are more like opaque, and then this one, this one, this one, and this one are more toppers. But I saw Angie do some looks where she used those to like completely transform looks. I think they'll be beautiful on the inner corner, so this is definitely very much my personal preference. I also just wanted to mention really quickly some constructive criticism for Kaleidos about this launch. I noticed on their website that they have done a good job recently with their escape pod, their sashimi city, lunar lavender, to include swatches on a deep skin tone, and there were none for this palette, which I was definitely disappointed by, and I feel like it needs to be a priority for every single launch, especially for Kaleidos, because I know they're not a super small indie brand. From some of the other photos on the website, it looks like they did do a photo shoot. They just don't have swatches on a deep skin tone, so I hope that they will include that very soon and for future products before it launches, because I just don't think it's fair for people with a deep skin tone to have to guess and gamble if something's going to work for them or not. Okay, so as I said before, I do have some inspiration. So on the website, there is this photo of this model. She is absolutely stunning. Don't judge my phone being at 10%, but is she not so beautiful? I just absolutely love this look. I don't know if I'm going to do it exactly the way that they did, but I want to do something kind of similar. I'm trying to decide how to go about this. I think I'm going to start off with this shade right here called Rock Hopper. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take that shade on a flat shader brush, and I'm just going to start that off all over my lid. I can't believe that I'm using a palette with so many beautiful shimmers and I'm putting a matte all over my lid. Who am I? But I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of fill that in. I feel like it builds up really easily. And it looks really smooth. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the neutral shade with a like medium fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna use that to blend the crease a little bit. Blended super easy. The wind is so loud right now, so I hope that you can't hear that. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the deep purple now, Cylon, and I'm gonna use that to deepen up the outer V a little bit. Like I said, I'm not really sure what exactly they did in that photo, so I'm just like roughly doing something that'll hopefully give me a similar look. But this purple's really, really pretty. I'm gonna go back into the brush that I was blending with before and no additional product and just go over that edge. I think I'm gonna take some of the deep purple and I'm just gonna pop that along my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take some more of Rock Hopper and pop that on the front of the lower lash line. I think that they took that beautiful lavender, You're My Only Hope, and kind of put it right through here. So, maybe I'll go in with a pencil brush to do that. Pick up a little bit, not using anything extra right now, just using it as is. And I'm gonna put it right here. Okay. Maybe that's something where I should wet my brush because it just looks very like the sparkles are dispersing a little bit. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side just so it matches. Okay, I'm picking up some more and I'm gonna spray my brush. And then just popping that the same spot. Oh man, maybe I'm just using a brush that's too big. I think that looks cool. It doesn't look quite as like bright lavender. It looks almost silverish the way that it's applying right now. I'm kind of just taking whatever's left over on my brush onto the inner corner. I think I'm also going to go into a little bit of the shade Nova and pop that on my inner corner. Just building that up a little bit. Super, super pretty. Like I said, I definitely want to do more looks. I just thought I would start off by trying something a little bit different, a little out of my comfort zone. I'm going to go back into the lid shade Rock Hopper. Just making sure it's nice and intense. I'm going to finish this look off with a deep purple liner. It's literally called Deep Purple from Ardency In. I'm going to throw on some mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, so finishing off real quick, I'm going to go into the Ofra Pillow Talk highlighter. Just looks like this. I'm going to throw some on my cheekbones. And then for lips, I pulled out the Kaleidos Lip Tonic in the shade Immersion. Okay, so this is the finished first look with the palette, and I really, really like how it turned out. I've never done eyeshadow placement like this before, and I think it looks really cool how like in certain lightings you can't really see the effect, but then like as you move it's like bam. So from the 3 mattes that I played with today, they felt really pigmented. They blended very easily, pretty on par with the other mattes that I've tried from Kaleidos. As far as the shimmers go, I would say so far so good. I only played with 2 today, but I really, really like the way that the pink, purple, blue shifting one looks on the inner corner. It's super, super pretty, and I just really like these colors. I could see this, even if it's not this exact placement, I could see myself using these particular set of colors a lot. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to see more down below. So I just want to finish off by saying congratulations to Angelica. The palette is beautiful. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy to have this in my hands and just be able to use a color story that's perfectly curated by you, and it's just immediately became a super special product in my collection that I will never be decluttering. Not to be dramatic, but I'm just really happy to own this. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.